Hey, welcome back.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice does make perfect. Welcome to a special Monday morning edition of Merritt in the Morning. Practice. This doesn't count, but we are due for episode 55, Jim. But this is we'll call this 54.2.
Yes, and that's going to be a good one with the Flag Fellows.
The Flag Fellows?
Yeah, the Brotherhood.
Oh, that's right. Oh, they're confirmed? Oh, that's awesome.
They are confirmed.
So, and that's.
I'm sorry, I didn't get back with you.
No, that's all right.
I apologize.
That's all right.
Yeah,
so,
they're
hey,
confirmed.
We need to introduce. He is 30-year state senator Jim Merritt.
He is Brad Kluffenstein, and he's the president of the Greater Lawrence Chamber.
Greater is bigger than just great. It's greater. So now you might notice this show is called Merritt in the Morning, and his name is Jim Merritt. There might be a correlation. Might.
There's a connection somehow.
Yeah. So right before we came on, we were talking fast food.
Yes.
Let's continue this fast food conversation.
Right.
So Jim was saying, given the opportunity to choose between McDonald's and Arby's, he's choosing Arby's.
Yeah.
But his family also owns property that houses some Arby's, and one of them is next to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
And the Chick-fil-A kicks ass.
Arby's is right there. Our Arby's is right there, and Chick-fil-A's right next door, and they just dominate the area. 85,000 cars go by this property every day.
Traffic count, traffic count.
Yeah,
in fact, Ed McClure mentioned that when we were talking to him about where
location. And this certain location in eastern Louisville is in St. Matthews, but it has a Castleton and a Glendale across the street from each other. So there's just all sorts of retail. Mall St. Matthews.
Okay, now if we're comparing fast food joints, and Burger Chef apparently is not coming back anytime soon, although I think Hardee's still owns the trademark to that. You would think that Hardee's, that also struggle mightily, they might do themselves well to just send out a Burger Chef and see what happens.
It'd be a great flyer. Hardee's has wonderful chicken, milkshakes. I love their hot ham and cheese.
Yes.
So a lot like I like ham.
Like the honey baked ham?
Yes.
We haven't had ham talk in a while. We got to contact Brian. Put a video up and everything. It's I love it when you do that.
Yeah, well, I needed it. It was too much bar and not enough me. We should have focused on me to talk about the ham. But anyway, we'll do anything for the cow family.
When's your birthday?
My birthday is at the end of July 20th.
Okay, so you got a birthday coming up. I might look into, they sell these little kits that plug into your phone where you get a little wireless lavalier mic and, potentially a little auxiliary camera.
That's not a bad idea.
That might be a good investment. Those things are not terribly expensive.
Yeah, it certainly was muffled, no question about it.
When you get too far away from it, it's hard to pick up the sound. You end up just picking up the sounds of the kitchen.
Yeah, we did a Jim Merritt's Indiana down in Tell City, and they were threatening to buy me a lavalier on the spot.
So they should. In fact, anybody, if you want to get Jim a gift for his birthday in late July, now you know.
Yeah.
So we also want to thank Stockyards Bank and Trust, Indiana, including 71st and Binford, Carmel, downtown Indianapolis, Plainfield, Emerson and County Line Road down on the south side in front of the Ale Emporium. Also, they've got one down at Center Grove on 135, way down there, and coming to Whitestown. So, Jim, I want to talk to property with you. So, you've been in the property business. You said that your family has owned a lot of properties that were Burger Chefs, Hardee's, and then you had shell corporations on top of shell corporations that would own the equipment, own the property, and feed into each other. So, yesterday, Sheila and I were driving around East Central Indiana, went out to Hagerstown, got ice cream. We went to Summit Lake State Park, walked around the lake, saw some kids catch fish, which is kind of cool. Then stopped in Mount Summit at the 1000 Degree Pizza Company. But on this journey, we were out kind of in northeast Hancock County. And it was a somewhat major intersection, but there was a plot of about 20 acres that was for sale. Mix of farmed and wooded. And the price didn't seem that bad. I think it was like $250,000 or something. That Sheila and I were talking about the pros and cons of buying that property, subdividing it, turning it into 10 2-acre lots.
Low cabins?
Maybe, I think nicer homes. I mean, there were some $1 million homes out there.
Really?
So, yeah.
How far is it outside Indianapolis?
So, Sheila was saying the same thing. I'm guessing it's probably 45 minutes from there to downtown Indy.
Well, people live in Shelbyville, and that's probably 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And 5 more minutes probably doesn't make much difference.
So, what are the pros and cons of doing something like that? Speculating on some ground, subdividing it. I mean, in theory, if you could sell everything off, that would then pay for whatever
Absolutely.
your remainder is.
Yeah. And it's the access to the access. You know, is it 70 or 40 that you're getting to get into Indianapolis? Because that seems to be the job maker. That's kind of the hub of the spokes. And so, and you know, people are leaving Indianapolis a lot, and you can just see from the population of the collar counties and collar cities: Greenwood, Carmel, Bargersville.
Exactly. Which actually, where this was located, it was probably equidistant to I-69 there in Anderson. So,
well, and we've been there before.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know. It's something to think about. I've never been real out there on development. I've seen other people do it and do well,
there's
but
a
I've
lot
also
of
seen
a
people.
lot of risk.
There is a lot of risk, and especially when you're subdividing, then you have to go and schmooze zoning people and planning people.
But you're a spoozer.
I know how. I at least know how red tape and bureaucracy work. So I might have a leg up on the average person. So, what are you doing this week? What do you got coming up?
This week is just a lot of. We're having lunch, you and me,
Right.
And just taking care of clients at my consultant company.
That's
How about
good.
you?
We've got the Indiana Chamber Executives Association conference up in Muncie. So I leave Wednesday morning to go up there, and that runs through Friday midday.
I've got a granddaughter turning 7. My wife, I'm not going to tell you how much she's turning on Thursday, and so it's kind of a busy week for birthdays.
So you get all birthdays all the time.
Yeah, when you have 6 grandchildren, they seem to
They start to
spread around.
start to add up. So how hard is it to keep track of all those names?
Very, very simple. And I have a calendar, and I'm very clear about grandkids' birthdays.
Yeah, okay. I can see that out of you.
And stepchildren and children.
You were very good about keeping people straight. I know when I was growing up, my oldest cousin, his name was Doug, and I would say it was 50-50 when my grandfather was addressing me on whether he would call me Brad or call me Doug. So I was just curious if you have that problem and if I'm going to have that problem later on.
I have Merritt, Marlowe, Madison, and as well as Harper and Remy and JJ. So
at least on the M names, you might be doomed.
Yeah. They're great kids.
So, all right. That'll wrap it up for this second practice edition of Merritt in the Morning. Thank you for watching. If you happen to catch us live, we will be back a week from Thursday.